Hello, my fellow Americans. I'm going to be reading off some notes I've made here. I didn't know if you were aware of this or not, but Congress is up to their same old tricks, basically. While they've been meeting to deal with, I'm assuming, other things, but specifically to deal with this virus and everything, they've been doing, the standard typical slipping in pages. So yeah, I mean, think about it. They are right now. They're USPS, Federal Express, and UPS, the three main mail carriers, package deliverers, whatever you want to call it. Congress basically pressured them, or I don't know what they did, pass some bills or something where they're not allowed to deliver any products that have to do with vaping, nicotine vaping. And as an American, that should concern you. As somebody that vapes, obviously that's going to concern you. As a business owner, if you own a business that has anything to do with vaping, that should concern you. Basically, to sum it all up, as an American, that should concern you. When you consider that, me personally, I can attest to the fact that nicotine vaping has gotten me off of a 30-plus year cigarette habit and countless other people. When you consider the reality that right now all of these mail carriers deliver countless other products, adult products, which I don't see how they're any more threatening than nicotine vaping or vaping products. So yeah, I mean that's already something you should be concerned about. The reality, roughly 500,000 people die every year from tobacco-related illness. As far as I understand it, zero have died as directly attributed to nicotine vaping. It works better at getting people off of cigarettes, better than patches, gum, lozenges. None of those worked for me. We know for a fact that nicotine, which is the big question here as far as vaping, because the other ingredients in it are kind of irrelevant. Nicotine, caffeine, sugar, any number of things that adults ingest regularly. I don't really think that should be the issue. Nicotine is no more or less harmful than, say, caffeine. At the end of the day, I can't really see any reason that there is a war, if you will, on vaping. Everything from the ingredients, the products, all the way to the information, and even the availability of using mail carriers to get these. Really, if you're to compare cigarette smoking with vaping, it's basically comparing elephants to orange leaves, trees, orange blossoms. They're not even comparable. At the end of the day, let's talk about vaping. It's got vegetable glycerin, propylene glycol. Those are the primary ingredients, and then you've got flavoring and possibly nicotine. There's a lot of people that vape that don't even use nicotine. These are all food or medical grade. They're often completely organic. They're propylene glycol is something commonly found in things that we would breathe or ingest all the time. They're in nebulizers, asthma inhalers. Propylene glycol is also antibacterial. It's been found to be hostile toward microbes, basically viruses and bacteria. Nicotine possibly inhibits viruses from actually propagating, from replicating, from reproducing. Vegetable glycerin also very commonly used. All of these things have been used by humans for a long, long time with no known real issues, unless of course you're allergic to them or something. Vegetable glycerin is used in foods, cosmetics, pharmaceuticals. Both of these are known to have health benefits, believe it or not. And again, nicotine, really not much different than caffeine. So there's really not much more to say about that. How does it all work? Well, let's consider vaping. You've got a metal coil, which is what produces heat. You've got cotton that acts as a wick to bring the juice into contact with the metal element. The metal elements are made out of known Kanthal, stainless steel, things that when heated don't break down. They're not going to release toxins and stuff. So basically, you've got the liquid, you've got metal, you've got cotton. The metal heats up. The cotton, which delivers the liquid to the metal, then vaporizes. It aerosolizes. It doesn't combust. There's no combustion there. When you inhale it, it's the same things you're inhaling that were in there. They're like micro droplets, like fog, like what you would breathe in the shower or a sauna. If you take a shower and you're using multiple soap, hair products, different things, body lotions and whatnot, and you're breathing all that in with the vapor in the shower, you're breathing in, I guarantee you're breathing more chemicals in then than you are when you are vaporizing. And I think this is something a lot of people don't understand, is the difference between combustion and vaporization. Look it up. You're smart. I trust you. You can look at the science behind it. So again, you've got carbon monoxide, you've got smoke, you've got thousands of chemicals, tar, all from combustion. That's in smoking, and then you have none of that in vaping. Sorry. Again, the flavorings, food grade. Some people could argue they're not supposed to enter the body. The thing is, it's getting into your body, whether you're breathing it in, drinking it, injecting it, snorting it, whatever, it's getting into your body, it's getting into your system. How it's getting into your system, to me, from everything I've read, is irrelevant. Versus smoke. Smoke is damaging. Vapor, liquid, it's not. Basically, I've had people tell me that vaping is bad for you because of the moisture. It can give you pneumonia. It can give you mold. Let's think about the logic in this. The inside of your lungs, the inside of your body is moist. You breathe moisture all the time. It's moisture is good for you. So to say that inhaling vapor is bad for you would be saying walking outside on a rainy day or a foggy day, taking a shower, going to a sauna, nebulizers, asthma inhalers, steam when you're making spaghetti from the boiling water. If none of those are dangerous or scare you, then vaping shouldn't scare you either, because it's the exact same thing. Literally the exact same thing. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, when you're inhaling things, it's all the same thing. Okay, so as we remember, late in 2020, there was some kids getting sick, some people getting sick. It turned out that was from vitamin E acetate oil that was in THC cartridges, which are also used for nicotine vaping, but it's a different. It's a whole entirely different thing. Once it turns out that we figured out that's what was making people sick and got rid of it, we went right back to nicotine vaping. E-juice doesn't make people sick. It hasn't made people sick. It's not making people sick. The next thing you know, we have this whole thing about teens and teen vaping. Well, guess what? Teens drink, teens smoke, teens do stuff, okay? Teens were eating Tide Pods, inhaling glue. Some of these challenges they do, they're absurd. They're dangerous. If you think getting rid of vaping is going to somehow protect kids from doing the things they do, it's not. They're still going to do that, and they're still going to do all the other things. I told you, I started smoking when I was a teen. You had to be 18. I started smoking way before I was 18. Making it illegal isn't going to fix anything. So what's going on? Why this huge big deal? We've got the Tobacco Master Settlement Agreement, and if people are old enough to remember back when the tobacco companies were getting sued by people for getting cancer and illnesses and stuff, basically there was a thing called the Tobacco Master Settlement Agreement. This basically took all of those lawsuits, lumped them into one big thing, and said states get money each year based on the amount of tobacco that they sell. Most of the states, almost all of them, I think only a few of them, didn't sign on to this. That's money. That's money coming into states based on how much tobacco is sold each year. You also have the taxes from the sale of tobacco. You also have the peripherals, things like the pharmaceutical companies, healthcare industry, and all of that. Think about it. Millions of people getting sick, 500,000 dying. They're all taking medication. They're all getting medical help, healthcare. There are industries literally that thrive on the tobacco industry. All of your anti-smoking and anti-tobacco and your quitting smoking and all of those groups and organizations and stuff, they're all making money off of tobacco use. Vaping cuts into that. Vaping gets people off of smoking. Vaping doesn't make people sick the way that smoking does. Vaping literally does economic damage to any number of different entities that all are lying. They're all basically doing something in order to preserve their own existence, which is lying. They're saying tobacco smoking we know is bad for you, and vaping is just as bad. It's dangerous. It's horrible. It's bad for kids. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. This is a lie. This is a lie told to preserve the income that has already been established through tobacco use, through tobacco prevention, through all of these things. I'm just asking you, as an adult, as an American, as somebody that cares about the well-being of others, does it matter to you that your government is lying to you, that entities that are there supposedly to help you are lying to you, that there's disinformation and misinformation, and at the end of the day, look, this is what it comes down to. You're an adult, I'm an adult. I respect you, you respect me. I don't think I have a right to tell you what TV shows you should watch or should you smoke or drink. I'll tell you what I think about it if you want to know. If not, it's your body. You know, if what you want to do is bad for you to a point, that's up to you. Beyond that, it's America. So you tell me what's more important, the truth or money? Because right now that's what it's coming down to. The truth is vaping is not as dangerous. Vaping gets people to quit smoking. There's nothing that shows vaping to be anywhere nearly as dangerous as tobacco, but yet there's a full-on war against vaping in our country right now. Everything from using kids to people getting sick and it's not even from nicotine vaping, to making it impossible to get it via the mail. I mean, you're talking about a full-on war against vaping to preserve established economies that literally rely on the suffering and death of people. So please consider this, and I appreciate you taking the time to listen. Thanks.